fantasy come true outtakes slash unscripted version with hosted by B Foster and Ron Fun. This is our weekly conversation that we have around daily fantasy football with an emphasis on DraftKings main slate. And we just typically go off the cuff and we try to share with you what our views are for the week. And then we also do a little learning real time. So B Foster, where we want to get started, man. Do you want to talk about concerns, opportunities, or guys that you honed in on to begin with?
Yeah, man. I think this is the first difficult slate of the year. I think 1 through 3 have been fairly straightforward. This one, I think we got a lot of decisions to make. And I think it starts up at the top with Derrick Henry. A.J. Brown's out. Julio Jones is out. Derrick Henry, I believe, is 8,800. He's playing the Jets. So it's something you taught me a while back is when because my first thought is to go to these backup wide receivers at 3,200. Westbrook, Ike 9 last week played like 60% of the snaps, played well. That's my first thought to go there, and I leaning towards going there. But you taught me a while back, man. The team a lot of time will lean on the other parts of their game when they're missing star players. And who better to lean on than Derrick Henry against the Jets team, who's probably not going to put up much of a fight. Tennessee is on the road. The Jets are a better run defense than they are pass defense, but I'm not sure that matters. But Tennessee still got to move the ball up and down the field to get towards end zone because Derrick Henry needs to score for you at 8,800. He's got to get in the box. And I think we have some other decent options at running back. But how owned is he going to be? So that's a big question on the slate for me, Derrick Henry right now.
So I'm glad you brought up Derrick Henry, and I might play a couple GPPs. I know this sounds contrary. This sounds very silly, but I might play at least two to three GPPs locked in with Derrick Henry and Tannehill.
Okay.
I know
Tannehill. So quarterback and running back together negatively correlated, most of the time. But Tannehill and Derrick Henry are the only two running back quarterback combination in the NFL that is positively correlated. The only two.
Are they really?
They are positively correlated. Yes. It's amazing. But yeah, they are. They are. Somehow they are. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. I worry about his weapons a little bit, but
last year when we talked about it, about merging the two, to me it was like the ultimate hedge to be like, if Tannehill vultures some touchdowns from Derrick Henry, that's fine. Because you're going to get the touchdowns. You're going to get the rushing touchdowns, whether or not it's Henry or Tannehill. And we thought that was kind of crazy last year, but it worked out a couple games.
Yeah.
But on a GPP, I might actually play Henry and Tannehill, or really like you got to pick which one you want, who's going to get all the points. But Tannehill's pretty cheap too, so
yeah, it's actually probably, when you're saying hedge, it's probably better than cash then, right? Because you're gonna get one or the other. If you think they're gonna score, I don't know what their team total is, but if you're saying they're gonna score 4 touchdowns, which I don't know. Let me see if I can get their team total.
They might score 7-8 touchdowns tomorrow.
They ain't been good all year. They ain't scoring 7-8 touchdowns.
But they're playing
Not without AJ Brown and Julio Jones.
But they're playing the Jets.
Yeah, no team has played the Jets and scored 7 touchdowns. Why would the Titans, who are missing their 2 best wide receivers?
Man, no knock on Bridgewater because I like Bridgewater, but Bridgewater got busy last week. Denver got busy against these guys.
Denver did. Bridgewater didn't score.
Denver got busy on them. And I'm just saying to consider it. Consider it as a contrarian play in the GPP. Consider it. Okay. Now we normally talk about cash games in our off take edition, but I hope I'm not scaring anybody away with this really, really off the beaten path GPP play, because our cash game analysis is usually really tight for anybody out here listening out here right now.
I don't think playing them together is crazy. I don't think it's crazy, but I don't what you expected. They're only 7-point favorites on the road. The team total is 40. No, so the over under is 45. Win by 6. So what's that? They're only saying they're gonna score
3 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah, 20-some points.
Yeah, that's fair. Now let's look at the Tennessee Titans. They have the 3rd most rushing plays. Let me add this to the screen. Boom. Here's something that I really like to look at each week. Mm-hmm. Very simple. I know it doesn't have a ton of value, a ton of data in it, but I like to start right here and see where a team is. You know, Tennessee has the 3rd most rushing plays of the season, according to NFL Savant.
Mm-hmm.
And with them not having their 2 main pass catchers, I would argue it's just going to be more production more plays for them tomorrow or Sunday. And so with that being said, there's a lot more opportunities for Derrick Henry, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, it's Derrick Henry. It probably doesn't matter. Like how much, and it's the Jets. Do they just really stack the box? And Henry just can't get going.
That's
so fair. That's why I'm saying that's the biggest question on the slate, I think.
But when has Henry not been able to get going? If they just said, if Tennessee ever knuckled down and said we're going to run the ball, like even games when Tennessee was behind by 2 touchdowns and they just stuck with the run, they were able to mash and come back on teams. But if they got away from the run game, then they had a harder time coming back on teams. Case in point, Seattle. Even last year.
So, the thing is, we talk about chasing volume, right? Derrick Henry had 41 touches against Seattle, 41.
And they were down by 2 touchdowns at one point in time.
Against the Colts, he had 31 touches. He didn't score. He gave you 22 points. Is 22 points enough for you tomorrow?
For 8,000?
At 8,800.
Let's just say 9. I'm just say 9. I'm rounded to 9.
If you round up to 9 and we do our quick math, we want 9 times 3. You want 27. 22 ain't. That's give and take too. Sometimes you guys got to take the raw points. Right.
But if he happens to just get one touchdown,
But if he scores, he gets there.
he gets there.
Yeah.
Period.
And I mean, in all likelihood, it's probably he more than likely scores than not.
Correct. Scores a rushing touchdown.
Yeah,
So,
just one. Just one. Yeah.
yeah. And if he gets two, he
He
puts you
smashed
way
it
over
if he
the
gets
top.
two. Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
if
that's the
10
question, man. Yeah, and I think you can fit him, man. I think you can fit him.
So okay.
I guess.
That's
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
that's interesting. You brought him up. I'm just saying that's interesting. So
Yeah. 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 You can definitely get to him. You can get to him.
now the plays I really
I
like
think
this
if
one.
you. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go, we can before we move on. We don't have to move on from Derrick
I
Henry just
mean,
yet.
I mean, we can. We're gonna get to these guys, but you may have to make a decision, and you probably can only play one of Cup and Adams if you're gonna play Derrick Henry. And that's probably gonna be okay because there's a few good wide receiver plays that I like. So yeah, and
All right.
maybe pay down a little bit at quarter, but you may not have to pay down quarterback.
Let's go to the wide receivers then. If you sounds like you want to start at the top of the box, right? Sounds like it. We
There's a
want to
few, yeah.
you want to start your lineup process starting with the expensive people. It sounds like.
I did. You're convincing me to go otherwise. Actually, you are because I don't want to be all over the place here.
It's all good.
But so the Henry thing depends a lot. Okay, San Francisco. Is Eli Mitchell gonna play? If he doesn't play, and I can get Trey Sermon with all the work for $5K, I may do that, but I can still play Henry with that. So okay. So here's the thing. Okay, so yeah, I like Adams, Devontae Adams, and I like Cooper Kupp, of course, right? I mean,
Okay.
these guys are both 78, 7,900, dominating target shares. You gotta love the Arizona Rams game environment. I mean, that's probably the game of the week. Crazy shootout potential. Arizona's secondary don't scare me at all.
You're not
So
worried about Pittsburgh. You're not worried about Pittsburgh defense slowing down Green Bay.
Derek Carr just ripped apart Pittsburgh, didn't he?
I don't know. I'm not 100% familiar. I know their running game, Pittsburgh running game. Pittsburgh defense shuts down the running game. I do know that.
Okay.
I'm comfortable saying the running game is less likely to perform um, as expected against Pittsburgh's defense, which maybe means Adam gets it.
Burrow had 3 touches last week. I mean,
And Mixon did nothing or nothing relative
right,
to his expectations, right?
right.
'Cause on our show last week, we said to avoid Mixon. That was one of the contrarian plays of the week was to avoid Mixon.
Yeah, he
You heard
had
it first
90.
here.
He had 94 total yards. Mixon did. Only 1 catch, but
No
Burrow
touch.
had no touchdowns. Burrow had 3 touches. Now Pittsburgh does get TJ Watt back this week. He may make a little bit of difference. But Devontae Adams for me is pretty matchup proof. But I'm probably with you, man. If I'm gonna play big dog, Derrick Henry, I'm okay going down because I like speaking and staying in the same game, right? Deontay Johnson comes back this week.
Okay.
He's only 6,200, and Claypool popped up on the injury report. and
Yes,
then practice on Friday.
he sure did.
So no Claypool, Deontay Johnson, 6,200. Green Bay likely gonna put up some points.
And
12. Go to the game log there.
yep.
Click the game. Yeah, the second tab up top. You see at a glance. Yep. 12 targets, 10 targets. I mean,
Yep.
if that allows me to get Derrick Henry, I can come down off Devontae Adams, go to Deontay Johnson, and play Derrick Henry.
That's strong.
Yeah, I think I would do that. Yeah, I think
Especially if we know that Claypool's not playing. Even if Claypool plays, this guy could still get a lot of targets.
right.
Now, add that to the following. Okay. Go to team. What is it? Team comparisons. Offensive passing plays. Where does Pittsburgh stack up in passing plays? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be volume there. It's going to be volume there. Now I know we talk about Najee Harris, and I got on him once or twice a little bit this year, but maybe once. But I might actually need to correct my view moving forward because Pittsburgh is like the second least rushing attempts all season.
Right, but we don't. The thing about that is we rather have passes to our running backs anyway than a handoff.
That's
A target is worth like 2+ carries. Like if you just like the math tells you that in fantasy points, a target is worth more than a carry, right?
yep.
Especially in PPR. Pittsburgh offensive line trash, just garbage, yo. Harris got 19 targets last week, man.
Did he really?
19.
Ooh.
1-9.
Okay.
Now he ain't getting that this week, most likely. Like that's a crazy outlier, right? But can he get 6?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
hear you.
and he's playing. Let me tell you who Najee Harris is, yo. Outside of the talent, like his workload is he's got Kamara's workload. He's got more than Kamara's workload because he plays 100% of the snaps. Kamara comes off the field sometimes, but he's got
gotten a lot.
28 target, like 28. He's lead. Yeah, I mean the 19 kind of skews it, right? You get 19 in a week, you're gonna be the number one targeted running back, but I'm just saying, like I'm not saying I want to play him. I'm just saying I don't think he's a bad play.
Okay.
Just for from a floor standpoint, like from a ceiling standpoint, I don't know how good Pittsburgh is, so he's not going to have one of those monster games probably. But
I'm glad you dug into that stat for last week because I was looking at Pittsburgh's number of rushing plays and was like, yeah, okay, I might actually not be targeting them as much moving forward, even though Najee Harris gets all the work. And I thought like that, realizing that he does get all the work, but I was just like, if they're going to be behind all season, and they can't run the ball like they normally do, I might actually pass. But no, if it's going to turn into targets in the passing game, maybe I have a different point of view.
right, because a couple of things work in your favor. Offensive line is trash, so Ben can't hold the ball all day. He got to get it out quick, so that means checkdowns. And Big Ben is garbage. so you know what I'm saying? He's done. So yeah, he just trying to get out of there as quick as he can.
Okay. So would you consider? Let's see what Najee Harris is this week. Would you consider him in your?
I think he's 68.
68.
Yeah. Yeah, 68. I'm probably not going there, but I ain't mad if you do. I think he's in consideration. I'd rather play Deontay on the same team for 62. Um, let's talk about your boy, who I'd probably rather play, because I can only play 3 if I wanted to play 3. But lately we've been playing 2, right? And playing a wide receiver in our flex, which is another thing you put me on too. Like, just for you can get a floor and upside with that wide receiver in the flex. But Najee at 68, would you rather play your boy David Montgomery? If we say we're playing Henry, we got 2 slots left if we want to at running back. Would you rather play Najee Harris or David Montgomery or DeAndre Swift?
That's a good question. Let me pull it up on my personal thing here. I missed and put all my stuff out there by accident. I gotta figure that out. At running back, give me those names again. Sorry about all of this.
David Montgomery is the guy you mentioned.
Yes, I
So
like Montgomery
rather-
versus Detroit.
So you would rather play him than Najee Harris, right? He's $1,000 cheaper. Playing Detroit. I guess you tell me. I ain't trying to convince you. Which one would you rather play?
He's in my player pool, and then the question is what my optimizer allows me to get else in there. To be honest with you,
Okay.
he's
All
in
right.
my player pool.
Okay. The other option, you playing Derrick Henry, right?
It's potential.
Okay.
Potential.
So DeAndre Swift. Would you rather play Harris or DeAndre Swift?
Oh man, Swift is a lot this week.
Okay. So Swift is a lot for you. Okay.
He's cheap. Well, he's questionable, but he's cheap, and he's going against Chicago, which can't get nothing going on offense, which means they're going to be in defense the whole game. And if you get him deep, yeah.
So if you're saying, then that tells me you don't want to play Montgomery then.
The only reason I would play Montgomery is if they have inability at quarterback, right? Which they have no problem. They like Justin Fields are gonna have to hand the ball off. Or if they play Nick Foles.
I think it's Dalton or Fields. Fields is healthy. They came out and said Fields is healthy. Dalton is questionable. I think it could be Fields again.
I got you. Well, maybe we don't play Montgomery because he hasn't done so well. Let's look at his game log. Let's look at his game log. Add to stream. I mean, you tell me if you like that. I mean, he got 7 points for you last week. He got 11 points the week before and 21 the first week against the Rams.
Yeah, he played well the first week. Cincinnati's a better run defense than they get credit for, although they got chopped up there tonight a little bit.
Yeah.
But they play well. They shut down. That's why Najee had all them catches last week. He couldn't get nothing going on the ground. But again, it's Detroit, yo. I mean, so you got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself the game script. You got to tell yourself the game script. Believe in your game script, and go with it. Is Chicago going to dominate the game, and Darren Montgomery going to get a bunch of hands-offs and be able to run all over the field like he wants to? Or is Chicago going to struggle to move the ball because of suspect quarterback play, suspect play calling? You got to tell yourself the story.
Last year, we streamed all runners against Detroit.
Yep.
Last year. I was feeling that way. Feeling that way until I just saw maybe Montgomery. So maybe Montgomery's not a lot here. But I tell you what I am excited about.
Okay.
I am excited about Swift's pricing at 6,200. I'm also excited about Elliott being at 6,500, coming
Okay,
off the week he had last week.
that's interesting.
Uh,
Panthers haven't played nobody but the number one run D thus far this season.
they ain't
They
played
haven't played
nobody.
nobody though. Haven't played nobody. But
He's
do we know if
cheap.
they're not good or not?
I just know that
And
Dallas is good.
Dallas is good. Dallas is very good. So you got Zeke at 65, you got Lamb at 67, and you got Cooper at 6.
Okay.
Which, if you can only play one, which one would you play?
What's Lamb? What's Cooper 6? What's Lamb?
67 and
Ooh,
Zeke 65. If you could
I
only
might have to
play
go.
one,
I might have to go with Coop, especially if I'm doing a tournament. But I might have to go with Coop because
if you're doing tournament, I'm playing Dak, Coop, and Lamb, bringing it back with Robbie Anderson.
I got you. I got you.
And your boy Chuba Hubbard is an option as well at 59 on the low. Well, not really on the low. I think people are gonna be on him. But
Let me pull this dude up, man. He
but
balled.
Amari is interesting, man. Like historically, Amari at home is Smash City. He
Yeah.
didn't do anything against Philly, which is interesting. They scored 41, and he only had 26 yards. It's a
This
little worrisome.
this might be his bounce back game. He also was injured. He was also injured coming off of the
Yeah,
previous.
he's still injured though. He's wearing a vest.
Okay.
I mean, 6 is cheap though.
6
6
is
is
super
cheap.
cheap. 6 is super cheap for him.
It worries. I'm a little worried in cash. I'm a little worried in cash.
Yeah. That's what I said. That was my first
GPP,
thing.
yeah,
I started off. I said, if we playing tournament, I'm gonna put Coop in.
yeah. I got you. So in cash, would you play Elliott or Lamb?
Man, look, I feel like Dallas, they couldn't run against Tampa Bay at all, so that shut.
Nobody does. Yeah.
But I feel like that has to be part of their offense moving forward.
What, the run game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like they got to be balanced. I mean, they whipped up on Philly last week. Of course, it's Philly with a balanced attack. They got very balanced the week before. The issue there was Pollard Pollard came through the week before and got a lot of the production. But that's interesting, man. I can't front on that at all. I'm a little, to be honest with you, I'm glad we started with running backs today because I went through this and I reached at my running backs. If you look at my lineups, man, I reached. I didn't see much that I was really super excited about. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. I went with Henry, Elliott, Swift, and Gordon. Those are my top running back plays this week.
So
I
Gordon, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, I probably need to add Pittsburgh's running back to the mix, but I'm definitely taking your boy off of Green Bay from the mix.
Paul Green Bay.
Jones.
Aaron Jones, you taking him off?
I'm taking him off my list this week.
Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones. I know that sounds crazy.
Why is that? Tell me that.
I just got a feeling that Pittsburgh gonna lock that run up. I just got a feeling they ain't gonna let that man run the ball. That's my game script in the world. As much as Aaron Jones, as good as he is, as much as they want to run the ball, I just don't think Pittsburgh's gonna let them run the ball.
Okay. Yeah. He's a great GPP play because I think a lot of people are gonna be on Devontae. It's a great GPP play, but yeah, I'm probably not. I probably wouldn't play him in cash either. Melvin Gordon limited a lot of the week. Is questionable. If he doesn't play, Javonte Williams is $5K.
Oh man,
that's why I said it's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions that need to be answered between now and Sunday morning.
Okay, we're gonna put that. Well, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that on my. That might be my number one play if Gordon doesn't play. If he doesn't play, you heard it first right here. If Gordon does not play, the other guy has to be locked in.
Yeah,
because
Javonte Williams.
Baltimore is not that great against the run deep. So
right.
And if you're gonna have that one guy getting all the work, his issue is he fumbled the ball out here at a critical time last week, and they pulled that man. But
Did he?
Yeah, he fumbled the ball. Anyways.
I think Denver's looking for an excuse to get him to rock. They drafted him first round, I believe. Maybe not first round. They drafted him.
Sorry, we got Amber Alerts going on. Okay. Now, where I feel really good at, though.
Okay.
Where I feel really, really good at is these wide receivers.
Okay. Talk to me then.
So, like you said, Cooper Kupp at 7,800, still too cheap for his production.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I feel like that's where you need to start at with sometimes. Stephon Diggs, 7,600 is still cheap for his potential production. And I even reached. I actually gonna reach, man. As much as I've been hating on him, we've been hating on him collectively as a platform. We mentioned him the first week. Brandon Cooks. Who else they got to throw the ball to out there? Of course, we got to figure out who's throwing the ball this week because Tyrod Taylor is potentially injured. But if Tyrod Taylor comes back, Brandon Cooks at 6,400 comes back into my potential player pool.
You're not scared of Tre'Davious White? Number one corner for the Bills. Really, really good. Brandon Cooks, been balling. So maybe he doesn't scare you, but just putting it out there.
That's just anybody that Buffalo plays. Maybe you just stay away from. But if you're going to play somebody because they're cheap and they're the guy on their team and they're going to be behind because Buffalo manhandles people these days, you still going to get targets.
Yeah.
So
I'm not mad at Brandon Cooks. He says 64.
64.
Talk to him about. Okay, so Cooks 64, Deontay Johnson 62, Odell 58. How you feel about Odell this week?
I'm biased against Odell, man. I'm a Browns fan, and Odell, if you're listening, man, I like you as a person, dog. I really do. I think you're a great player, but I worry about his chemistry in general. So, he could ball for you, man. He could. No disrespect.
I'm in on Odell, man. Who the Browns played this year? So they played the Bears last week, right?
Yeah.
They played.
I didn't hear you say that again.
They played the Bears last week, right?
Yeah.
Kansas City the week before, or week 1 they played Kansas City. Ran the ball well, scored some points. I can't remember who they played in week 2. Anyway, Minnesota's gonna make them play because Minnesota's gonna score some points, I think.
Yes.
And Minnesota's secondary is garbage. Landry's hurt. Odell had like 7 targets last week in his first game back. 9 targets in his first game back last week.
First game back.
First game back.
He
9 targets. And they won 26. They won 26-6, and he had 9 targets.
He looked good.
So if I say we're looking at more of a 28-31, 24-27 type game, man, Odell could get double-digit targets here at only 58 against a trash secondary. Second game back off injury, obviously not tentative out there. Maybe I'm, I like Odell. I like Odell.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I like that idea as well. Here's what I don't like about the Browns and their receivers.
Okay.
When you get inside the 20, they shut it down and they running the ball. Inside the red zone, they run the ball more than anybody else. Let's see if I can find. I'm trying to see if I can find that stat, man. It is their red zone situation is pretty bananas. Let's see if I can. I'm looking for runs in the red zone. As much as I like Baker Mayfield, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with this, Brian. Okay. Boom. Offensive passing plays. Where is Cleveland? The second least passing plays in the NFL. Second least. And the number 1 in rushing plays.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
And then when we get into the red zone, I can't. Red zone rushing attempts. Nick Chubb got the third most red zone rushing attempts. Followed by my man at. Now my man is just taking over in fantasy world. Kareem Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
He might not get the red zone rushing attempts. I just feel like, between 20 to 20, they may pass the ball. But from the red zone in, Brown's shutting it down and they running the ball.
I got
you. What's his name is only throwing the ball, gonna throw the ball 20 times a game. As good of a name as he has for himself, Baker Mayfield, they are limiting his attempts.
I think, did he only, how many times he throw it week 1?
Week 1, that's a good question. I think he threw it 20 times one game that I'm like, whoa, okay.
He threw 28. 28. Threw 28 week 1, 21 week 2, 31 last week. I think he's over 30 this week against Minnesota. I think he's over 30. If he's over 30, Odell getting 25% of those?
I wouldn't disagree with that.
30 at 25%. What's that? 6, 7, 10, 20, 6, 7?
7, 8 targets.
7, 8?
Yeah. 7, 8 targets. It could be worse.
Terrible.
That's not bad at all.
But I understand. I feel you too. You're gonna need him to score a long one. But I like the volume though. I like the volume is what I'm.
Okay.
Even if he doesn't score, you know what I'm saying.
And that just might be me watching their games too much. That's why I said I started that segment like, look, I like Odell as a person. I like all of that. But I just don't know yet.
Hey. That tape tell you more than what I can tell you just by looking at some numbers sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? So
Now he looked good last week though, as he
yeah. I
caught
just
some
think
balls on the
he's such an
sidelines.
explosive. Yeah.
He had an explosive catch that like he had 1 foot down. If he would have got the second foot down, you have another catch for another maybe 40 yards. I mean, a nice
Mm-hmm.
deep ball. It's a, it's there. It's there. This is also some of my picks are based on us putting this work in early in the week. I'm liking McLaurin too, man. Um,
I like I'm biased there. I don't know if I can do 69. Not in GPP, sure. I actually like Heineke in a GPP. Heineke, McLaurin, Logan Thomas,
you
Antonio
think that's
Gibson,
too
like all
expensive?
because I'm looking relative to man. I'm just gonna get up to Diggs. I'm just gonna get up to Cup. I'm just gonna like for me, he's not better plays than those guys. That $900 difference, that $1,000 difference is not worth it because the quarterback play is suspect. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. But I mean, not in cash. Not in cash. I think that's better. I'd rather play Odell at 58. I'd rather play Deontay Johnson at 62. I'd rather come all
Okay.
the way down and get to these Tennessee wide receivers with everybody hurt.
Okay.
I'd rather play Jalen Waddell at 49.
I like it. Now, Waddell has a quarterback issue as well too. There though,
Does
who's
he?
playing? Yeah, he does. I know Brissett. I know you go. I know you. I know you mess with him because of Brissett, but the Wolfpack. Uh,
Nah, I don't think he's garbage, man. I don't
I
think
just,
I
he's a great quarterback. I just don't know if
he can get it.
offensive production follows. He can win. He can win without having to throw for 300 yards. He's that type of quarterback, in my opinion. He can
Okay.
win and throw for 200 yards and still win the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a Teddy Bridgewater type player, and there's nothing
Okay.
wrong with a Teddy Bridgewater type player. I actually
I got
like that because you don't turn the ball over, you don't throw for the big play, you dink and dunk. You can run the ball a couple times yourself because you're a big guy. You can get your 5 yards here to move the chains, et cetera, et cetera. Um, I just don't think the
just
wide
no
receiver.
upside. No upside there for him. I got you.
Yeah, he's gotten a raw deal in my opinion, man. He should be in Indianapolis, running that offense in Indianapolis right now.
So how does that play in the he plays Indianapolis? Does that do anything for you? No. You ain't playing into that. He ain't upset.
It's a
Revenge.
great storyline. It's
Revenge
a great
game.
storyline. That's where he should be, though. He should be in Indianapolis running an Indianapolis offense right now.
Okay. Okay.
Come in after Luck. Rivers should have never gone to Indianapolis for 1 year. That was
Yeah, now he at home. So there you go.
yeah. Management pissed me off, right? Both of them, and I love Rivers. Rivers also NC State Wolfpack player. But if Rivers was going to go to Indianapolis for 1 year, he really hurt another Wolfpack player's opportunity to get a chance to showcase himself because he's good enough quarterback to do that.
I got you.
You know. All right, Devonta Smith. I like him for a bounce back this week coming against Kansas City. He's 5,700. He's gonna have to throw the ball. Hurts gonna have to throw the ball. Diggs shut Devonta Smith down last week. Whether or not Devonta was on the outside or on the slot, Diggs shut that man down last week. And I got you hovering here. Let's see. What's going on with you, B? Let's see. I'm going to remove you and then I'm going to add you. Your internet, B. Well, we lost Brian Foster right there, but I think he'll get back in a second. We're gonna keep it moving right on down the list here. Got some bounce back folks that I really, really like. I really, really like Taylor Heineke as a bounce back play this week. I like David Montgomery as a bounce back play. We talked about him. And let's see. See if we can get B. Foster back in. Also like Jimmy G at 5,600 this week. There we go.
Not bad, man.
No worries. That's how we do. We keep it fresh. We keep it raw. Is the the internet. The internet got us, man. But what I wanted to do is just continue down the list as to plays that I really like, man. I really like. I hate to say it. I'm waiting on Robert Woods to have a big game, man. I know what's his name locked in on Cup, but I'm waiting on the GPP for Robert Woods to go ham out here, man.
Yeah, I think everybody waiting on it, man. I got him in a couple season longs, and man, it's a struggle.
Yeah,
it's a struggle. He got to show me first, man. He got to show me first.
On a GPP, a cheap GPP.
Yeah. You can play him in GPP. You can play him in GPP.
Yeah.
And hey, don't see my boy. Man, I told you about Deshaun, didn't I?
Yeah.
we got him in our best ball. Got us in first out here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey man, that's another good one, man. I'm glad you showed us after 3 weeks. We in first place.
Nah, don't trust Deshaun, man. I'm just messing. Don't trust that, man.
But he's volatile, right? That's what
yeah.
best ball does. Best ball rewards volatility of some of these other guys, right? He might not play every week that way, but if he's gonna get you a 30-point week one week, he definitely is on your bench. But that week he came off your bench and made it to your lineup.
Yeah.
So I got Devonta Smith as a bounce back play, and Jimmy Garoppolo, man, could be my cash play this week, man.
Wow, cash, huh?
As he's 5,600, man. He's going against the Seattle Seahawks, man. And again, this is why we need to have our resources play, because I really like to go to Fantasy Pros, and I like to. Here's what I like to do with Fantasy Pros. This is really off the cuff. We're probably boring people by now, but it's okay. We're giving it a try this week, and we'll be tighter in weeks to come. So we're trying a couple different things tonight. But
I'm not playing Jimmy in cash. I'm telling you.
I like Fantasy Pros defense. Okay, points allowed. I like doing this. I usually sometimes just start right here, bro. I hate it worked last year. I like to come in here and say, who's giving up the most points against a quarterback? Okay. We got Washington Redskins giving up the most points, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Vikings, Colts. Oh, the Seahawks in the middle. Okay. Maybe I don't play. Maybe I don't go ham against Jimmy G. But with regards to wide receivers, Tampa Bay is giving up a lot of points to wide receivers. They don't let you run the ball, so you got to give up points to wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Titans give up points. to wide receivers, but they're going against the Jets this week. Maybe play Crowder. Crowder's his first week back. I don't know how expensive or cheap he is.
I'll play Corey Davis. I think Corey Davis is 5,000.
You play him over Jamison Crowder's first week back?
Yep. Yep. Elijah Moore is out too.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Trey Sermon.
So Corey Davis is no. This is a quarterback. Wide receiver for the Jets, Elijah Moore.
Yeah. Okay.
So just more to Corey Davis.
More to Corey Davis. I got you.
Especially if I'm gonna play Derrick Henry, come back, Corey Davis. Makes sense.
That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. I like coming down here, and then we got the Colts giving up points to wide receivers, Steelers giving up points to wide receivers. Okay, maybe that's where your Adams play comes into play here. Carolina Panthers. Dallas still gives up a lot of points to wide receivers. Even though the number one wide receiver is locked down, Dallas still gives up a reasonable amount of points. And who to avoid. I also like to look at who to avoid. Buffalo. Might be shutting McLaurin down, huh? Chargers. Shutting you down. Patriots. Panthers. Shutting you down. Okay. I think this actually proves some of the points that you were raising, B, earlier in the game, in the broadcast. So forgive me those that are listening. I was all wrong. I was all wrong.
Yeah, I can't fool with Jimmy G, man. Trey Lance coming in, and you talked about how Cleveland runs the ball, in the red zone. When San Francisco in the red zone, they bring in Trey Lance, man, and they run that zone read, or you know what I'm saying. He gonna steal a touchdown or two.
That's true.
And in when I'm playing, trying to get all the touchdowns, I can't afford to have to back up. Just like Taysom Hill was doing last year when Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? So in cash, I don't want that. In tournament, you can go Jimmy G in the tournament.
You heard it right here. You heard it first right here. I'm going to update my picks to take Jimmy G off my cash lineup. And I'm going to take him off my contrarian play this week as well. But yeah, we're going to update that. This is why we do this work. This is why we do it. This is why I love doing this show with you, man.
You got to talk through it, man. You got to talk through it. So
we still avoiding Justin Fields and Nick Foles this week.
I'm not avoiding Justin Fields.
Okay.
I'm not avoiding Justin Fields.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm going to play Justin Fields, but he's not crossed off the list. There's no way he can play as bad as he did last week. No way. He's still 5,200. He still gives me rushing equity. He's playing Detroit. Like the guy didn't get bad over 1 week. You know what I'm saying?
But Chicago.
And you tell me that they got to go into the week saying, okay, we got to do something different. Our offensive line sucks. Let's get him out of pocket a little bit. Let's get some design run plays. Let's get some. Now, do you trust the coaches? I mean, we're assuming rational coaching, which we can't assume. You know what I'm saying? But in a GPP, even I played him last week in cash and it was fine at 5,200. So I'm not avoiding Fields this week. Like
that's good.
Yeah,
I'm not. I wish him success. I gotta wait to see that rushing floor a little bit. I know he was going against the Browns last week, which is a different animal. And I do have Jacoby Brissett as a long shot this week, B. I do it at 5,100. He might be my long shot guy of the week, man, at QBs. And again, game stack. I know that, like you said, they're the only pair that's positively correlated. I got Tannehill and Henry together out here. This is my point of view. I'm not putting Fields in for me this week.
I got you. I ain't mad at it. I think that scares a lot of people.
And with Detroit being only 2,200, I know we never talk about defenses, but Detroit being 2,200, I'm willing to get in on some of that action at 2,200.
Oh yeah, I'm playing them too. Whitfield.
Man, that 9 sacks was like really, really sexy last week for
Yeah.
them Browns. Goodness. They really murdered my man. So yeah, this is a tough week, man.
It's a tough week. You need to keep your ear to the streets. We got to get to all the news. Got some tough decisions to make, but I think we laid it out for you, man. You know what to go to. You know your if then statements. If this player's out, then you do this. If this player's in, then you do this. So still gonna be a good week. These are the best weeks when it's not cut and dry. You do a little homework, and that's when you win all the money.
I like it. I might go ham here this week, man. I hate to do this to you, B. I might ask you for one more broadcast before the end of the week, man. I'd love to do, and your analysis is so deep. I'd love to do a draft, a 2-man draft. I can't like building a lineup.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Can't have the same players.
Exactly.
But we going head to head.
Yes, I'd like to do that with you, man. If you don't mind, man. Keep it quick. Okay. We keep it quick. But I think there's a lot of insights that could be learned.
Okay.
From that. So I'm around this week. I ain't doing nothing, man.
Okay.
Focusing on fantasy football and possibly doing a little more infrastructure with this little site, man. We're gonna get it right, man. It ain't pretty or sexy today, but it's gonna be very valuable. A way for us to keep each other honest about our picks and how things work, you know. So
I got you. Yeah, man. We'll see if we can do something in the morning or something.
Okay. All right. Okay, man. I'm gonna sign off. Want to tell the folks anything about you before we get out of here?
No, man. You see it all right there. Twitter handle. Get at me. Foster _BSE.
Okay. Love it. And then what else do you do, B? What other sports you into though?
Man, check out No Sources podcast on any platform that you get your podcast from. Rate, review, like, do all that, you know. Yeah, man, that's it, man. And NFT basketball, Top Shot, and NFT football is coming. Just trust me and be in on this stuff. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Do a little bit of research, but you want to be in on NBA Top Shot. NFL one doesn't have a name yet, but it's coming soon. You want to be in on it. I'm gonna just say that. Remember where you heard it first.
Okay. I love it. If you ever need any help over there with your No Sources, man, I'm all here for you, dog. Just let you know that.
No doubt.
I know you got it going on your own, and we just amateurs out here having a good time. I'm gonna say I'm an amateur out here having a good time.
Nah, I ain't doing a lot, man. I'm just messing around out here. That's all.
So if you ever need any help, man, we're here for you. And then I'm gonna sign off, man. I'm Ron Fun, and I can be reached on the major social media platforms with the handle @RonFun. We do this for fun every week, and we do it for the love of analysis. We love analyzing things. We're engineers at heart. We do it for the love of the sport because we enjoy sports and competition, and we also just love entertainment too. So we do this for entertainment. So hopefully you found.
And we like investing too, man. This is just, hey, this is investment for us, man. We like our rate of return most of the time. So we go with it.
Yes, sir. All of that, all of the above. So this is good for us, man. And so thank y'all, and we'll see you.